Hello Gemini, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Gemini for the month of August. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go ahead and get a shuffle in here. Let's see what we have going on here for you, Gemini. Now I'm using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the Rider-Waite Tarot, as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right, let me make sure we're all set up and in view. By the way, it is 4:44 as I am recording this reading, so lucky you, divine protection here. But let's go ahead and make sure we're all set up. All right, hope you're having a good start to this Leo season. We'll take 3 of these Kipper cards to clarify as we go along. All right, Gemini. Energy on the bottom. You have the Page of Wands. So Page of Wands is all about potentially, it's the energy of energy, you know? Like as a quality of yourself, the Page of Wands can say that you're lively, you're energetic at this time, you're passionate, you have all this fire energy about you. And you're ready to use the energy towards something, right, in your life. Now, in another way, the Page of Wands is really about, it's most closely associated with a job offer in the tarot. Reason being is Wands is a suit of work, and pages can represent offers, opportunities. You can think of a page as just a messenger, right? This can be people stepping in to your life to communicate with you in some way. And you actually have 2 pages here. So there's going to be, I always say, 2 or more pages in a reading. That's a communicative period of time. There are going to be lots of people potentially coming into your life, lots of communication going on here for you in this month. And, you know, if you have been sort of on the job hunt, finding the Page of Wands is definitely something you want to see. Page of Wands can also be, it can also just say that there's good news coming into your life. It can say, that you're kind of ready to go in a sort of direction that makes you excited, that gets your energy kind of fired up, and it's really a nice card. So let's go ahead and expand on what this might be some more here. So in your overall situation, you have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is, this is like, for me, the second most intuitive card defined in the tarot. It's a major message of intuition. When you get the Queen of Cups, you know, do not ignore the voice of your soul here. Do not ignore the messages that you may be hearing. Do not ignore what may be coming in for you. And most importantly, do not ignore what you feel. Cups and water is about feeling. It's what you feel in this lifetime. And the Queen of Cups can certainly say, do not ignore what you feel. Now, the other thing about this, it can be a trusted friend or ally. I also like to say that the Queen of Cups is like the traditional therapist in the tarot. This is somebody who can hear you, who can listen to you. Some of you may be like doing some therapy or something like this here. But it's also, I think it's also about connecting with trusted people in your life, and connecting with people that you can feel comfortable with, because that's the feeling of the Page of Cups as a person, specifically if it's another person around you. And the other thing that I'll say here is to ensure that you take time out of your day for self-care. Right? Do something that you really love to do when you have the Queen of Cups, to the best of your ability, right? I mean, we all have things to do. We all have a to-do list, right? There are things that we need to accomplish in this lifetime, but you can accomplish things, and also, like, it's sort of like, you can choose to accomplish it the easy way or the hard way. The easy way would be like, okay, I'm going to accomplish my things, and I'm also going to do things I love. The hard way would be like, I'm going to spend all my time thinking about when's it going to happen, how's it going to happen, where's it going to be. And both scenarios you achieve, but one scenario is hard, one scenario is easy, right? And so you could choose the easy way or the hard way. And I feel like for some of you, the thing here is choosing the easy way. Now, I do have to say, this reading's very nice overall. You know, I'm not really seeing a huge amount of challenges here. We do have this, but not anything massive here. So could be a very nice month for you here. Now, in the beginning of the month, you have the Page of Pentacles, you have the Lovers, and you have the Justice card. Okay, so I was just thinking to myself, like, where are the major arcanas? And they're here, right? They're here at the beginning of the reading with the Lovers and the Justice card. The Lovers card is actually your card. This is the Gemini card. This is Gemini energy. You are the sign of duality. You are the definitely, and that's definitely something that comes forward here with the Lovers card. It can represent an important choice that you have to make, and you know, especially if you're here and you're not here for love. You know, if love is not on the table for you, the Lovers can talk about just choices in your life, but typically bigger choices, bigger decisions. Yeah, certainly could be the case for some of you. There could be a relationship if you are looking for a relationship. That might be there, but you know, it's very similar to the Libra reading. It's like that might be there, but it's really up to you if you want the relationship at this time. Like there might be a suitor here, but it's really up to if that's what you want at this moment. I feel like this is, for many of you, less about love and more about the self and doing some type of self-work or self-care or spending time with yourself at this time. You have this Libra energy as well, which is the Justice card. This is the sign of Libra. Again, you know, if you have any Libra in your chart, I would definitely check that out. The Justice card says that, you know, at the end of the day, all parties get the outcome they deserve. And you have this paired here with a really nice energy of the Page of Pentacles. So this is the second page in the reading here that we have. And the Page of Pentacles can say that generally in life, your prospects are looking good. You can see the harvest or the crops around them. Crops in tarot represent harvest. And this can definitely come forward when you're ready to sign off on new documents. You know, it's interesting because the Page of Wands might be like you getting the job offer, and the Page of Pentacles might be like you negotiating the salary or negotiating the money side of it. The Page of Pentacles can also come forward when you're looking to learn something new, maybe learn a new skill, a new hobby, or more like formal education. It could also be something about like loans, you know, mortgages, rent, things like that. Situations like that. You may have choices in those areas here to make in August. In the middle of the month, you have the Six of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups, and you have the Seven of Cups. So the theme here seems to be Pentacles and Cups. I mean, we have kind of all different, we have wands, that's not true. We have all kinds of cards here, but this upper row, isn't this interesting? This upper row here is all Pentacles. Okay, so money is on your mind at this time in August. It's almost like, you also, I want to point this out here to you, Gemini. Do you see the scale showing up? The repeated symbolism here. Scales represent karma, and it represents kind of the equal exchange of give and receive, which is showing up here in the Six of Pentacles. It represents balance and kind of acting in balance. Are you giving too much? You can see that this person's giving, right? And it's like, are you giving too much and not really expecting much in return, or vice versa? Are you taking? I also feel like, actually, when I saw this Six of Pentacles, I felt more like, are you doing everything that you can? Like, are you doing, like, you might be making money now, but are you doing everything that you can to make more money, is what I kind of feel like saying. Like, is there something extra that you could be doing here? Because it's really just at this point in the timeline, there are so many opportunities. Like, there are so many people who do like a normal job, and then they also do like gig work on the side, or they have a side hustle, or they have a YouTube channel, or they have a side business, or, you know, they do dog walking or whatever it is. Like, it's like, is there some extra time in your day that you can maybe, like, are you doing as much as you want to be doing? I guess is what I'm saying, because, you know, it's like life is what you make of it, as cliche as that sounds. Yeah, and along with that here, you have this Seven of Cups, which is really this idea of potentially choices, decisions, options. Again, with this Lovers card, it's like there are so many options here on the table for you. And some of you, you know, you may want to really trust your gut with the Queen of Cups energy showing up on which like sort of cup to choose here. Be careful of being overwhelmed in this month, particularly in this middle portion. Be careful of being overwhelmed here. Trust what you know and trust what you feel as it relates to a decision that you have to make. Towards the end of the month, to the back half of the month, you have the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands, and you have the Two of Swords. Okay, so again, this upper row here, money's heavily on your mind at this time. The Seven of Pentacles is your long-term stability. You can see that we see the harvest here that this person has accumulated. This is seen as a good sign. Again, this means that they've saved some money. They have, I don't know, they have some money somewhere. You know, this could be anything in the tarot. It could be a house, it could be a retirement account, it could be a bank account, whatever it is. And they are really thinking about like, where do they want to go with this harvest that they've reaped for themselves? Do they, or do they want to reap the harvest? Or do they want to allow it to continue growing? So again, this represents choices that you can see this person's contemplating. This, like the Seven of Cups and the Lover's card, this represents choices, options, where to go, what direction to move in. And I think that this is important here for you, and I think that this is relating to finances in this month in some ways. There are offers on the table. There are offers on the table here with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. It's almost like you get to decide, especially when you throw in this Seven of Cups, which is an abundance of choice. Yeah, there's certainly an abundance of choice here. You then have this Two of Swords as well, which is this idea of being blindfolded, having a hard time deciding, okay? Take a step back when you get the Two of Swords. Take a step back, because it may mean that you're sort of going back and forth in your mind about something. And then you have this Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of marriage. It is interesting. Four of Wands, it's interesting because you have the Lovers, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Wands. This isn't going to be for everybody, but this is a very specific message. Some of you might do like marriage counseling. And you could find some healing in that area. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't, but I'm saying like this is showing up in the cards for some of you. But the Four of Wands is more about your stability, your foundations and achievements. I think in this case, I think a very small portion of you are maybe doing like something like marriage counseling, but it's more about like your long-term stability here, and this is the reason why you're kind of going back and forth between something with this Two of Swords. Like whatever choice you make is for the long term, is what I feel like saying. Let's go ahead and take a look at what these Kipper cards are. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. Less than 50% of the people who watch my content are actually subscribed, so if you do watch my videos regularly, please hit that subscribe button. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here. So you have the Privileged Lady, you have the Mature Woman, and you have Sudden Wealth. Okay, so there are people showing up here with the Privileged Lady and the Mature Woman. And Sudden Wealth. Trust what you feel about a person, okay? I would say trust what you feel about a person. Privileged Lady can be a gossiper. And the thing is, the Mature Woman would be the opposite. Mature Woman would be somebody who's wise. That would be the Queen of Cups is somebody who's wise. So I would stick in the wise energy here. I like the Sudden Wealth card. Yeah, okay, I would say with this false person, be careful of get-rich-quick schemes and be careful of somebody who's a gossiper. I would say be very careful of that in this month because of those cards. But let's see what else we have here. You have the Eight of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. All right, so so here's the thing. There's another person coming in here. Queen of Swords, Mature Woman, Privileged Lady, False Person. Yeah, again, your gut is going to be the driver here. Your gut's going to really hold the key or the answer to, you know, if you should take advice from somebody, especially with the Queen of Cups in the middle, kind of anchoring this reading. There is somebody significant, I think, coming in, and this could be a therapist, whether it's marriage counseling or it's not marriage counseling, or it could be in some other area of your life. they could play a significant role for you in healing or something along these lines. But there's also another person involved here as well that you have a little bit of suspicion about, or you're suspect about this person. I would trust your gut on that. Yeah, because if we look at this Eight of Swords, it's like you have the blindfold imagery showing up again here with the Two of Swords, Eight of Swords. And this can maybe just feel like you don't know what to think, or you don't know how to express what you think, or something along those lines. Eight of Swords is more about you being trapped in one of your ideas or one of your thoughts, less about somebody else's. But there are just so many people now showing up, especially with this false person, that I would just, yeah, it's a caution that's coming in here. You then have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is really about wish fulfillment. It's one of the happiest, most kind of positive cards to find in a reading. And, you know, the Nine of Cups can really bring some great joy into your life here. So I would say don't allow somebody else to ruin your happiness at this time. It's cliche, but it's something that I think is just important to say because we have all these energies showing up. And also, kind of life is what you make it here. As I said before, with the Nine of Cups and the Justice card, it's like you can take the easy path or the hard path, right? It's like you're going to take a path either way. You're going to take a path either way. And it's like with this Scales energy, it's like which one, you know, it's up to you. It's up to you. You have the Ace of Swords, new beginning showing up here. Some sort of breakthrough in your life happening, especially as it's around the Eight of Wands, which the Eight of Wands is like accelerated motion, things moving ahead, things moving forward, things moving along for you in your life. It's also good news coming in. There's definitely some news here with double pages and the Eight of Wands, as well as the Four of Pentacles. There is something about money here in this upper row that's like very important to you in this month that I feel like some of you are working through. And then the Hanged Man, you know, at the end of the day, you got to give something up to get something else. Sometimes you got to let something go in your life. You got to sort of take the plunge in a new direction. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. And I will see you in the next reading.